Welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here today. I'm excited to introduce our topic with this first slide. Today, we'll explore how things often begin to unravel in marriages when needs like peace and consistency are misunderstood or misused. As you see, these needs are simple. Every woman knows them. But unfortunately, they can sometimes become tools for control and manipulation. We'll also look at a quiet but powerful undercurrent, resentment, that many men feel, not because they seek luxury or fame, but because they long for stability, respect, and emotional quiet. So let's dive into this important topic and understand how peace, when misused, can become a weapon in the dynamics of marriage. What makes this cycle so destructive is just the behavior itself, but the underlying intention behind it. It's about her needs taking precedence over the relationship, over his well-being, and even over the love they've built together. And every time he responds in this way, a little piece of the relationship seems to die. Eventually, he might give in, not because he agrees or because they're working together as a team, but simply to put an end to the chaos. This is when nagging turns into her tool, silence becomes her punishment, and withholding affection is used as leverage. Instead of discussing issues like two mature adults, she ends up disrupting his peace, and that's when conflict escalates. He disagrees, she wants something, and here's the typical pattern that follows. A healthy relationship should be based on communication, empathy, and mutual respect. But in many households, conflict doesn't stem from unreasonable behavior alone. Often, it's because emotional instability is weaponized, used as a tool to get one's way. And that's what we mean when we say, when peace becomes leverage. It's a cycle that erodes trust and connection over time, turning disagreements into power struggles rather than opportunities for understanding. So why does this happen so often? Well, a woman who consistently treats her husband like a means to an end isn't acting out of love. She's acting out of entitlement and emotional immaturity. And let's call it what it truly is: disgusting, degrading, and deeply disrespectful. A husband who is giving, protecting, providing, and showing up doesn't deserve to be treated like a bargaining chip. Yet, unfortunately, this behavior has become so normalized that society barely reacts anymore. When this happens, sex, intimacy, and emotional closeness often become transactions rather than genuine expressions of partnership. Husbands may find themselves withholding sex, withdrawing affection, or creating emotional distance, thinking they're communicating, but really, it's coercion. And when nagging doesn't work, many wives escalate by playing the withholding game. That's often the most toxic strategy involved. This cycle is damaging, and understanding why it occurs is a crucial step toward breaking free from it. Let's take a closer look at the three belief systems behind this behavior. These are deep, often unexamined frameworks that really shape how we act and respond in various situations. Belief systems are like mental filters. They influence what we see as possible, what we think is right or wrong, and how we interpret the world around us. Understanding these systems is key because they often operate beneath our awareness, guiding our actions without us realizing it. Recognizing these underlying beliefs helps us see why certain behaviors persist, even when they might not serve us well. By the end of this discussion, I hope you'll see how bringing these beliefs into awareness can be a powerful step toward change and growth. Today, I want to talk about a common misconception that many women have about love. They often see love as a limited resource, something that can run out if they give too much. But in reality, love is a renewable resource. It grows and deepens the more we nurture it. When women believe that giving emotional support, intimacy, praise, and affection means they are losing something themselves, they tend to hoard these feelings. They think if they open up or give too much, they'll be drained or taken for granted. This mindset is what I call the zero-sum mentality. It's like they see love as a pie. If they give a slice away, there's less left for themselves. Unfortunately, this view paints the woman as the main character, with the man just as a supporting role. It shows a lack of self-awareness and emotional intelligence, an inability to understand how their actions impact their partner's feelings. Then there's low-level thinking. Some women simply don't consider their husband's emotional needs at all. They don't bend, they don't compromise, and they don't try to empathize. Everything becomes about what they want, what they feel, and what they expect, ignoring their partner's perspective entirely. And at the core, this often stems from pure selfishness, putting their own needs first without thinking about the relationship or their partner's well-being. Understanding these patterns is crucial because they can create barriers to true connection. Recognizing this allows us to move toward healthier, more balanced relationships, where love is seen as a gift to share freely, not a limited resource to guard jealously. Let's talk about a crucial contrast here. Immature women often exploit the opposite, meaning they might take advantage of a man's vulnerabilities or stability. In contrast, healthy women understand the importance of nurturing and supporting their partners. They see a man's peace not as a luxury, but as essential fuel, something that fuels his strength, stability, and ability to connect deeply. When you genuinely take care of a good man, he naturally becomes more of what we all want: better protector, provider, and partner. It's a cycle of mutual growth. Women who have matured emotionally know a simple but powerful truth. Caring for your partner's well-being elevates both of you. It's about fostering that stability and peace that allows him to show up at his best. And that, in turn, benefits the entire relationship and the overall theme we're exploring today: building strong, supportive, and balanced partnerships. When both partners give, both partners receive. This is really the essence of a thriving marriage. It's a cycle that feeds itself. When one partner supports and meets the other's needs, it encourages the other to do the same. And this upward cycle keeps building on itself. More of her needs are met, which makes him feel supported, and because he feels supported, he gives more freely of himself. That, in turn, helps meet more of her needs, and the cycle continues to grow stronger. But here, the key: emotionally intelligent couples understand that the opposite can happen if they're not careful. Instead of climbing upward, they can fall into what we call an ascending spiral, where positive interactions lead to even more positivity. Most couples, unfortunately, tend to fall into a descending spiral. That starts with conflict, which breeds resentment. Resentment then causes withdrawal, and withdrawal often leads to more conflict. It's a downward cycle that can really damage the relationship if it's not addressed. What makes emotionally intelligent couples different is their ability to create that upward spiral, the ascending spiral of a strong relationship. They focus on nurturing each other, on giving and receiving in a way that builds trust and connection. And that's what keeps their relationship resilient and thriving. Now, moving forward, it's crucial to create clear boundaries and communicate your expectations openly. This means not rewarding toxic behavior. When it happens, it should be addressed directly and consistently. And instead of leading with anger or just demanding compliance, focus on leading with calm, grounded strength, masculine authority rooted in confidence and stability. Next, we come to taking strategic action. Remember, behavior is only the surface. The real driver is the underlying beliefs, what someone truly thinks and feels inside. To create meaningful change, you need to address the mindset that fuels her actions, not just the actions themselves. This leads us to understanding her belief system. Ask yourself, what's behind her behavior? Is it rooted in insecurity, entitlement, childhood patterns, cultural conditioning, or even narcissistic tendencies? Recognizing these underlying factors helps you understand the why, which then guides your approach. You've already taken an important first step by recognizing the dynamics at play. That's awareness. With this awareness, you can begin to see the root causes. And ultimately, this is the path forward: how men can break the cycle. By creating boundaries, understanding the beliefs driving behavior, and taking strategic, grounded action, we can foster healthier interactions and relationships. It's about leading with strength, clarity, and purpose. I'm here to help you sharpen this further. So what do you think? Do you agree with these insights? Did anything stand out, or is there something you believe should be added? Remember, masculine calm is not passive. It's a form of power. A man who protects his peace becomes unmanipulable. When you stay centered, you become irresistible. And by refusing to engage in emotional games, you force the relationship to evolve. Or, alternatively, you reveal who is never truly willing to grow in the first place. These are the final thoughts I want to leave you with, and I hope they help you see the bigger picture. Ultimately, cultivating masculine calm is about confidence, boundaries, and growth. It's about showing up as your best self, no matter the situation. Thanks for engaging with this, and I look forward to your thoughts.